This is like for somebody who play basketball, they play now in the NBA.
I have a student, they are ACC, because you know, right now they don't pay ACC or college. What happens if they enjoy the army? What benefit they have for they can go to university or they want to study something?
Yeah, the college program that they have the Montgomery GID and the post 9/11 GID. For those two programs, you can go to college and the Army is going to pay for that college. If that's what you're asking for, the Army is going to pay for that college, okay? The Army is going to pay for the place that you're living according to the city code, and the Army is going to pay for your books, okay? The only thing that the Army is asking you is to pass. Two grades. You can go to any college in the country. Question? Yeah, go ahead. Huh? It's hard. It's not for everybody. It's a step by step. I'm saying hard because, and I'm going to tell you why. You guys is this generation. You know, so you guys have muscle here. You have a lot of muscle here. You know, but you guys are not, and I'm talking about not you specifically, but the generation. You guys, mostly you guys, 85%, sorry, you are not running. You are not doing push-ups. You are not going to the park. You are not doing, you know, some people do that, some people don't. Unfortunately, the majority is not. You know, so that's why when you guys go into basic training, you start running the 2 miles, 3 miles, you know, up and down, you know, obstacle courses, all that kind of stuff. It's hard. You know, society is different now. You know, now everybody wants to be protected. The drill sergeant don't care about that. He doesn't care about that. He's going to tell you, do this, do that. You know, I like it, I don't like it. So I'm going to tell you the truth. It's hard. It's not for every, you know, self-mind, you know. Everybody's like, oh, don't do that, don't do it. I'm sorry, my friend, this is the United States Army. And that's life. You know, you're going to any job, it's the boss, they're going to tell you do this and do that. It doesn't care, you don't like it, you feel offended. So it's hard. Physically, yes. Anemically, yes. Psychologically, yes. You can do it, yes.
Can you talk to them about the full program and they can go only for hours? I don't know how was that.
The United States Reserve?
Yes.
So the United States Army Reserve, again, you choose whatever job you want to be. The unit where you're going to be working with is going to be 50 miles close to whatever you are living at. Okay? You finish basic training, and you finish the training for the job that you select. If you want to be an engineer, you're going to be doing training for engineering, and that's it. You finish that training, you come back to your house. Go to study, go to college, go to work, do whatever you want to do. The only thing that you have to do, 1 weekend per month, work with us. That's it. You do whatever you want to do. Summertime is going to be 2 weeks that you're going to be training with your unit. And as an engineer, you're going to be an engineer, what is in the medical field, in the medical field. And that's it. The United States Army Reserve, normally these units, they are called when it's a national disaster or things like that. Why? Because they don't have combat jobs. They have support jobs. Okay, so if you remember, I don't remember the hurricane in Haiti when in New York, that's the unit that they activated. Why? Because again, it's the engineer, the medical supplies, all that kind of units that we have. Okay, obviously, that's going to help you with your personal file. Go ahead. Question?
Very important question at this age. What is the requirement about the criminal record and all the checkups?
If you want to be qualified for this kind of job in any federal job, any federal, no problems with the law. Okay? If you have like a parking ticket, stuff like that, that's easy. Some of those problems with the law, they have waivers, and we can be working with that. It's going to be a process. Medical, no asthma. If you have asthma, it's disqualified for you. If you have color vision issues, like you can distinguish red from blue, colorblind, it's going to take you away from some jobs. Tattoos, if you have tattoos in your hand, you have tattoos in your neck, disqualify you. Some tattoos can disqualify you if they are offensive tattoos or they are gang-related tattoos. they disqualify you. Okay? High school, you have to finish high school if you want to go to any of the branches. Okay? It's not like I enlisted, I'm good to go, I'm not going to finish high school. No, you need to finish high school. Okay? What else we have? The medical, I told you, weight, iron weight, you have to be proportional to your age and your height. Okay? If you're overweight, that's no problem. Just working out, and that's going to be something that you can fix. Okay? But that's the main thing. High school diploma, no problems with the law, and medically that you can pass the physical exam. Okay? Any other questions? Good. Depending if you normally basic training 9 weeks. Those 9 weeks, obviously you're going to be training, you're not going to see your family, but you're going to be in contact. And you're going to be doing something that probably you never had done before in your life, writing letters and send it to the family members. So that's going to be the first mental contact with your basic training. Then you are going to something called the EIT. EIT is the training for the job that you selected. When you are doing this training, you are going to be like college. You're going to be starting at 9 a.m., finish at 5, classes and all this stuff. At the end of the day, go to your computer or Facebook, whatever you want to do, but content is going to be timed. That's why it's going to be according to whatever you want to do. Okay, so yeah, content is going to be constant with your family. Yes, sir?
You know, like face on them.
How's that, man?
You know, like face on them. Like face on them. Kind of like face on the phone.
Face to face?
How face on it.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, I know the school, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm learning all that kind of stuff. Yes, you can do it. All these juniors, all these places, they have, you know, wherever you need it. The army is moving according to your age, you know. That's why when some guys are telling me about this and that, man, I'm 45, man. I'm close to the 50s, man, you know. So it's like, what are you talking about? Everything that you see, FaceTime, all that kind of stuff, yes, we have. Here we have Sergeant Garcia, who's also doing what we're doing today.
I'm going to be observant for this first part.
Okay? But yes, everything that you guys using right now, you can use in the art. There's no problem with that. Obviously, in Facebook and all that stuff, you have to see what you're going to be posting. You know? I'm going to be training tomorrow with 300 guys and this place. You know, that's information that you're supposed to start telling. The art is going to teach you what to do, what you're supposed to share, what you don't supposed to share. Okay? Any other question, guys? Ma'am? Sí, any other question? Good. This is funny because your question is not funny. But I tell the people, listen, you're going to be sleeping at 9 p.m. in basic training. And people tell me, forget about it. I'm not going to be sleeping at that time. I'm going to be totally... No. You're not doing so much exercise and so much training and basic training that you're going to be tired by 8:45 and you're going to be sleeping at 9:05 p.m. And the following day, you're going to be waking up at 5 a.m. Okay? And so go on. And sometimes people tell me, oh my God, this is too early. My friend, when you're going to work, you know, you have to see your parents sometimes, they have to wake up 4:30, 5, prepare this, that. That's life. Okay? So that prepares you to life. That's the normal schedule. 6:30 a.m. you're going to be ready for training, but obviously you wake up like 5:30, 5, you know, 6 to be ready for the training. But basic training, I guarantee you 5 a.m. you're going to be wake up, with everything ready, the whole, you know, place where you're sleeping square away, okay? Training, and your day start. And at night, around 5 p.m., you're going to do those letters I told you to send to your family members. 5:30, the drill sergeant is going to start doing the mail call, you know, wait for this, that, and that, you know. And at 9 p.m., sweet dreams.
How long did that go?
How's that?
Like 9 weeks? Why you training? For like 9 weeks long?
9 weeks long for the basic training. Now, what is basic training? Every single soldier that you see in uniform, they have to learn the basics. You know, how to march, how to shoot, how to spell military phonetic alphabet, how to read a map, Every single soldier knows that. So that's why it's called basic. Every single soldier is going to know that. Now, when you're going to the 18, it says training for the specific job. The engineer here is going to learn something specific that the dental assistant is not. It's not the army. Okay, but the first 9 weeks, yes, it's basic. Everybody, learning the same. Huh? You can wonder. And left to the and say,
Can you leave the army whenever you want?
the army is going to make you sign a contract. That's why this is a process. Okay? And we want you to be sure about what you're going to be doing. And that contract is going to be like 2, 3, 4 years, according to whatever you want to choose. Okay? As regular job, when you sign a contract, you have to, do whatever the contract tells you. How you can live before the contract if you do something wrong and you don't want to do something like that. Okay? So you have to honor the contract. You say 3 years, it's 3 years. You say 4 years, it's 4 years. Now, as for medical issues, obviously, at that point, it's not your fault, you can leave. Okay?
What happens if they broke the contract? They can be in trouble?
It's not like they can be, again, if you break the contract because something bad happened, okay? Like if you say, I don't want to go, you're not honoring the contract. So this is what happened. When you're leaving the army, it's going to be a document that the army is going to give it to you. It's called the DD-214. If somebody asks you, do you serve in the United States Army or in the Armed Forces? You say, yes. Can you please show your DD-214? The DD-214, what it's going to tell us is what kind of, when you live, if you live in good standards. Okay? So imagine this, you are an employer, and you're looking for somebody to work with you. You look at DD-214 and you look in bad standards with the United States Army. That doesn't tell me anything good about you. You see? That's the way it is. Okay? You're living in a good code 1, good, living without no problems, your friends are good to go. That's why you don't want to bring the country living in a bad shape with us. Any other bench. I'm sorry, I'm kind of sick here, that's why I cannot hear you. Any other questions? Go ahead.
After you serve your time on the contract, can you leave and get a civilian job after that?
You can, and again, being in the United States Army or any of the armed forces is going to give them some good platform for you to go to any job. So if you're one who has your own enterprise and you're looking for somebody to be working with you, okay, and this person comes and I come, looking for the position that you offer. He served in the United States Army, but just came out from college. I'm not saying college is bad, but remember, this guy came just from the United States Army. He has the training, he has the knowledge, he has everything that we offer, and just have the knowledge. And he has the security clearance. Which one do you choose? Experienced guy, the guy that you can trust, the guy who has the DD-214 saying that he's in a good standard. So yes, you can leave the army, you can go to any job, and I tell you, when you're going to the job and they ask you, you serve, if you have good standard, they're gonna put you in a really good position. You have leadership skills too. Somebody who came out from college, it's different now. The army guy has maybe 10 guys under his supervision. He knows how to do things like that. He knows those human skills that you need to manage people in any way.
My initial question I'm going to start these presentations with is, who here can raise their hand and honestly tell me that they're doing their best, they're giving their best effort every single day they come to school? Who can do it? Who can tell me that they've been doing that? There's a few of them. There's a few of them. For those of you who didn't raise your hand, see? So for those of you who didn't raise your hand, why not? You want to go to college, right? These people that you're sitting with are your friends, they're your classmates, your peers, they're also your competition. You got to remember that. So, how is everybody going to pay for college? Who's getting scholarships? Who's getting scholarships? Who's getting scholarships? Raising your hand saying you get a scholarship. You didn't raise your hand when I asked you if you're trying your hardest. Good luck with that. Scholarships are not that easy to come by. So, other than that, how do people pay for school? Let me shout it out. How do most people end up paying for school? Student loans. All right, so what the Army can offer you is an opportunity to attend college without having those student loans. You can continue going to college just like a regular student, just like people to your left and right, without having to worry about taking out those loans and paying those off for the next 20 years. I can tell you just about everybody in my office has done their college while they've been in, gotten their degrees, and hasn't paid a dime for them. I will start my MBA next year. I haven't paid a single dollar for college, and that being said, my kids' college is completely paid for as well. So,
What?
my children.
The army pay for your children
Yes.
college too?
So because you're enlisting if you enlist out of the state of Texas, you get what's called the Hazelwood Act. The Hazelwood Act will pay for 150 credit hours at any Texas university. 150 credit hours. Who knows how many credit hours are in a year? How many semester hours equal 1 year of college? Who knows?
It's 12 semesters, right?
Who's got it? Who's got it? Close. It's 30. So 30 semester hours equals 1 year of college, right? So 150 equals 5 years of college at any Texas university. Now you can transfer that down to your children in the future, your spouse, what have you. In addition to that, you also get post 9/11 GI Bill. Post 9/11 GI Bill will pay for 4 years or 36 semester months, which equals 4 years because you don't go to school in the summer, of college at any public university. So in addition to paying your tuition in full, they will also pay for your housing expenses. So let's say you go to University of Texas, right, in Austin. If you're going to UT, they will pay for that outright. In addition to that, they will also give you about another $1,700 a month just to pay your rent. So you can focus on your studies and you don't have to worry about working to pay your rent while you're going to school. I mean, you'll still have to get a little job if you want to do anything other than school and live, but it's nice to not have to worry about those expenses. In addition to these things, so all the training you do in the Army, be it basic training, advanced individual training, it all counts for college credits. So most people receive anywhere from 15 to 60 college credits, depending on the job they choose. The more intricate your job is and the more specialized it is, the more college credits you're going to get. It's as simple as that. I went to school for the Army, basic training in AIT, about 16 weeks, and from that I got about 30 college credits. I think I got 28. So in 16 weeks, I got a year of credits. So not only do you get that schooling paid for, you get that free training, you also can get ahead of your peers if you start this right after high school. That's why we always come to high school to speak to y'all, because this is a way to get ahead. Believe me, I can show you. I have transcripts that prove it. What else? So while you're in, starting with how you did the reserves and active duty. Okay, so the reserves, you come right back here, you go to school, continue during your school, take those college credits you got from your training, run with them, and use that money that the Montgomery GI Bill will give you for school in the reserves. The reserves benefits are not as good as the active duty benefits. Those two benefits I talked about, Hazelwood and post 9/11 GI Bill, those are for active duty. You got Montgomery GI Bill on this. So, nope, the reserves stuff. No? Okay, so for the reserves, you'll get, I'd say it's roughly anywhere between $20,000 and $30,000 towards your college education paid for, depending on your test scores. So how well you do on the test will dictate what type of incentives you get. The type of incentives you could get could equivalent to more college money, but the reserves will not give you that full ride. The only way you get the post 9/11 GI Bill and the Hazelwood Act is if you are active duty. You can't get the Hazelwood Act as a reserve if you volunteer for active service for 6 months. So let's say your unit's going to like Cuba or something, and you're like, I'll go on that deployment with y'all. If you activate for more than 6 months, you get the Hazelwood Act as well. So, free money, right? Active duty, you also get to use what's called tuition assistance, which is what I use to get my schooling done while I've been in. You get 16 credit hours a year, up to $4,000, I want to say it's either $4,000 or $4,100 to pay for school. Now most schools will drop their tuition rate down to $1,000 per hour. $250 per hour, so $1,000 a class, in order to fulfill that tuition assistance requirement. In addition to that, you can get your Pell Grant, so you're not taking out loans, you're just taking out the grant part of the FAFSA, and attend school full time. I did. And now I just get the Pell Grant every month, and I get like $1,000, $1,500 checks like out of nowhere. It's pretty nice. I got one last night. It's a good day. So yeah, so you can use that, get your schooling done, and then pass those benefits down to your children, should you choose. Or you could come in, do a few years, get out, and use those benefits for yourself. So it could be up to you. Who thinks they can tell me a career that the Army doesn't have something that relates to? Anything. Just a career that you don't think that they have in the Army, or nothing like it. Come on, somebody's got something. Throw something out there crazy. Performing arts. So we absolutely do. The Army has an entire multimedia department where you got to think all those commercials that we make, all the productions we do, everything from the documenters to the people who write the scripts to the people who plan it out, newscasters, we have it all. The Army even has a band that's like extremely, extremely hard to get into. I just put a guy in, he teaches the master's program at UT. He is about 2 months away from getting a doctorate in music. And I don't know if y'all know that's like 24 years of schooling, including high school. It's an additional 12 years. And he is trying out for the band. He's worried about making it. So it is a very competitive band to get into. What else? Veterinary program? Absolutely. That's a job you can get right out of high school. It's called 68 Tango Animal Care Specialist. You're a vet tech. Yes. What else? That's the college team we talked about. So we do have West Point. They have a football team, but we also have leagues inside the Army that play against other teams in the Army as well as other branches. Yo. Any other jobs? What else do you think? What relates to teaching? Everything. So I say that loosely, but as you climb the ranks, you are responsible for teaching the people that come in that are brand new everything they need to know. You can attain a level of leadership very quickly in the Army. When I was 20 years old, I was in charge of 5 dudes in Afghanistan. And so I had to learn how to teach these guys everything. I had to watch their finances. I had to make sure they were making wise decisions. They were staying in shape. They were, up to date on their training. So essentially everything correlates directly to teaching once you get to those ranks. What else? Basketball, yeah. I mean, like they said, so we have a college basketball team as well. But you can also do it like each installation. So like all the people that are here at Fort Stewart, they'll get a team, and they'll try out for it, and they'll play the people at Fort Benning. I mean, we even have a video game league that's just started.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. It's the Army Esports League. That's a real thing. They compete. I don't know too much details about it. It's pretty good.